Samdoesart'S said this puzzle C ruined his life, so I give it a try. Looking at all those prompts, I can only wonder if I made a mistake. Like, what is the deal with me getting greens? Without the gray, I would have assumed that I was making a flag-inspired character. Best prompts were bad. This is brutal. Okay, here's the challenge. So basically we have to pause it at each new prompt to see what we get. So let's start with the first character and see the prompts we get for the first character. The first prompt was body type, and for body type I got plus size for the first character. And I think that's like really nice because I love drawing plus size characters. I have like 2 plus size OCs, so yeah, I love the prompt. I love what I got for that prompt. And the next prompt is height. For this character I got short, not bad. For species I got cyborg, and I think this is when things just got out of hand, cause what? I'm pretty sure you already know that this is going to be my first time drawing a cyborg. For skin I got dark skin, slay. And for the eye shape, I got bird eyes. Honestly, I have no comments about that. For eye color, I got green, and it matched the color palette that I'm going to get later on, so I have no complaints. For the hairstyle, I got this kind of wavy hair with straight strands to her face, and it has like a side part. For hair color, we got blue, and this is ugh. This was the second peak of my torture. For the outfit, I got a wintry outfit, and once again, I have no complaints. For the outfit color, I got a green themed color palette. And I am going to ignore the fact that I dislike the color green, but blue hair, green outfit, how in the world am I supposed to make that work? And for others, which is like extras, I got a birthmark on one side of the face. Save me! Looking at all these prompts, I can only wonder if I made a mistake deciding to do this trend after seeing Sam literally say that it ruined his life. Moment of silence. Okay, let's get to work. I started off by doing a thumbnail sketch because it's always so useful when you're trying to figure out composition and all that kind of stuff, and it kind of gives me the confidence to go into the piece and start drawing. I am going to be doing a mini version and a larger version that would be in a pose for the character, because I kind of want this to be like a character sheet, not really a character sheet, but just like a character page for the characters. So I have a basic idea of the design in case I want to draw them again, and also because I do not want to be doing a full drawing, so I could just like know the design of the character with the mini version and like do a bust shot, a medium shot, whatever. Right now I'm working on the mini version, and while I was working on it, I had like a collage of all the prompts that I got in the reference window, because knowing myself, I'm going to forget a lot of things. I almost forgot the birthmark, but having the collage kind of reminded me that I had to add the birthmark, and I went back and added it to the sketch. But yeah, that was really helpful for me to remember. And even having it in the reference window, I still forgot to include the winter hat that she had in the outfit that Love to Draw Manga made. And I lose some points for the accuracy of the design, just like 1 point or something, but for the most part I stuck to the design for the rest of the drawing, so yeah. And for the things I struggled with, I would say I struggled with the hair and just kind of making her look like a cyborg, because like I said in the beginning, I have never made a cyborg character before. I have never even thought of making a cyborg character before, so like this is the first time I'm actually doing it, so I kind of struggled with it. For the birthmark, I didn't do liners for it because I just felt like having it without line art and just going straight and mapping it out with color when I'm coloring will make it look more natural and more like a birthmark and less like just, you know, a sticker on her face. Her cyborg eye, I made it oval shaped and green like the other cyborg gem thingies, and I feel like the gems could be like to hide the bolts and screws and just nuts that I used to hold the metal parts of her cyborg arm and legs. I went back and forth with the rendering of the gems because for some reason I just couldn't get it in the first try, but eventually I got it to look nice. For me, the blue and green color scheme is something that I would never get over, but I like how unique it looks in the end. Time for the backstory. Megan, which is the name I settled on with my best friend for this character, for no reason other than it kind of fit in her. Like, there's no reason for the name. Anyways, Megan is a rich girly, her dad is rich and all, but like when she was just like around 12 or 13, she got into a car accident and the car seat in front of her fell backwards and landed on her right leg. And since her left arm was on her right leg at the moment the car seat fell back, her right leg and left arm ended up badly damaged. A fire broke out, and when help got to the accident scene, as they tried to rescue her from the fire, she ended up with a scar on her right eye. It affected the eye and the skin around it. So, having enough money to manage the cost of treatment, her father paid for the surgery to replace the damaged limbs with a robot leg and arm, and her eye was replaced with a robot eye. Although she cannot see with the robot eye, she was the only survivor of the accident, and her driver died, and her nanny sustained a head injury and died trying to save her by getting the chair off Megan's leg so she could get away. That accident traumatized Megan, and she still has nightmares about it and wakes up crying just like she did 5 years ago when the accident happened. Also, sometimes she gets triggered by like little things, her leg bumping into things, even if it's not the injured leg, or like even if it's not the robot leg or arm, she just gets triggered if anything is like obstructing or keeping her leg from moving. I'm assuming she's 17, so the accident happened when she was 12. She still wishes that the accident hadn't happened and that her limbs are perfectly fine, and she sometimes has low self-esteem thanks to her differences in quotes. Her hair isn't her natural hair color, obviously. I'm assuming that she loves the sky and her hair is blue, so she often goes between sky blue and this deeper shade of blue when she's dyeing her hair. Also, I'm thinking that her favorite color is going to be green. I gave her a double jaw because I have many plus size characters and none has a double jaw, and it's just weird, so I gave her a double jaw. Megan loves shopping. The mall is literally her sanctuary. At least a way for her to feel happy, looking for cute outfits to dress up in. Better to be in cute clothes while being insecure of a newish body than to be in boring clothes. For her hobby, I assumed that she would want something that doesn't require being in front of people or talking to people, so maybe she'd like knitting or crocheting and would make her own winter wears, and that's why winter would be her favorite season. I also think that maybe she was like an extrovert before the accident happened, and after it happened it just kind of pushed her back into her shell, so she just became an introvert. I also think she'd like make a post on social media after being convinced by her friend to step out of the box she put herself in, and instead of getting bullied on the internet like she expected, everyone is nice and welcoming and she goes viral. She starts influencing and is happy with her newfound online friends. I love this design, especially since I know I wouldn't design such a character if it wasn't for Love to Draw Mangas plus OC challenge. While it's out for my life, I still think it was worth it. There are also two parts of the ladder drawing that I feel like has a couple of flaws, and I'm going to point them out right now. So her is it left or right? I think it's left. Her left arm, if we're like being logical, but if you're looking at the screen, then her right arm, the arm that is towards your right arms, I don't know how to describe it, but like the arm that has her fingers showing, I feel like it's not, anatomically correct, because I don't know, it just looks a tad bit smaller than it's supposed to be, and it looks like it's just not accurate, but I feel like I can get away with it because it's not that obvious. And I feel like the hair is a bit squashed out and the hairline is leaning at an angle, and it's not supposed to be, so it's supposed to be straight. I figured this out later on and it was too late to go in and fix it. It wasn't actually too late. I think I was in the coloring phase, but I was too lazy to do it. No surprises, so I left it that way. Yeah, those were like the two things I noticed, but if you don't look hard, you're not going to see anyway, so yeah. For the design of the character page, I just used a solid color fill and loaded a new font in ibispaint for her name, and I put a gem in the middle letter, which was G, glowing with light, because I just wanted, the font to look more interesting, the text to look more interesting, and so the page be like elevated. Plus, Megan is alive, and I feel like she's going to touch a lot of people's with her, with her social presence and all of that, so yeah. And here is Megan's finished design. Moving on, it's time to design the second character. For body type, I got plus size again. Height remains short. I got human for species, thank God. Skin color was dark skin as well, but it's slightly darker than Megan. The eye was just like slightly up tilted. Never mind, I don't know what I'm saying. Eye color was goldish, and the hairstyle was just like short hair, bobbish. Hair color was green. I don't know why this thing seems to work until it gets to color related prompts. Like, what is the deal with me getting greens? Outfit was shorts and a sweatshirt with a star at the center and a bucket hat with socks and sneakers. Outfit color, red, blue, white, and gray. Without the gray, I would have assumed that I was making a flag-inspired character. And for others, we got freckles. At least that's cute. I thought the first prompts were bad. This is brutal. I asked for a challenge and I got one. Okay, let's work on the character. I started with the last version first, which wasn't really smart because starting off with the small chibi version makes it easy to play with design choices. I can't even blame me. This was the first OC I made for this challenge, so mistake pardoned. Unlike with Megan, I didn't forget to include the hat here. And funny how the two characters that I got to design all had hats. Speaking of things I forgot to do, I almost forgot to add the freckles to the knees of the chibi version. I did go back and include it before I ended up not doing it, because technically I did forget, but I ended up doing it. Yeah, I do not like the composition of this page, but like I said, it was my first drawing for this video and I made it months ago, so I pardon myself for it because there's literally no space for the text. The chibi is too close to the large version and I really do not like that. Something I could have done was like transform Megan and move her a little bit, scale her down, but that reduces the quality, so I didn't bother with that. I played back the tape and I can't believe that I accidentally called her Megan. Her name is not Megan. This is not Megan. The first character was Megan and this is Nuri. I named her Nuri. So yeah, I don't remember the reason why I came up with that name, but that's the name I chose for her. And for her backstory, I do remember writing it down somewhere, but I lost it. So whatever I'm going to say now is just it's just the tidbits I remember, and I'm going to make up some things along the way. Nuri is the only female child of her parents. She grew up with 3 older brothers and has the tendency to dress up like boys and enjoy things that boys would usually enjoy. She's not necessarily a tomboy, it's just the environment she grew up in. Her parents are not quite rich, they're poor, to be direct. Nuri is hyperactive and she plays volleyball. Being black and plus size isn't quite easy for her and she is bullied for it quite often. I wouldn't say same for Megan because the society is more brutal to the middle class than it is to the rich. So different Megan is treated far better than Nuri is. They meet in the same school. Nuri is under a scholarship from her volleyball team because her parents most certainly cannot afford the fees of Megan's high school on a regular day. Both black plus-size girls meet at school one day when Megan was having a panic attack after her desk fell on her leg, the normal one. Though she wasn't hurt, she was triggered and she ran to the washroom, curling up on the floor and crying. Nuri walks in casually to use the toilet and sees her, and she stays with her and tries to make her feel better. Afterwards, the two girls become friends and they hang out together. Megan never misses Nuri's volleyball games, and Nuri joined Megan in her shopping adventures. I made up a lot of this along the way, like I said, but some parts were from the original story. By the way, if you're still watching, comment with blue hearts so I know you watched to this point. I really like the two characters I came up with in this challenge, even if it almost ruined my life. I absolutely love to draw mangas videos. They're just so fun to watch, and I like how she sprinkles a little bit of info about her life. Her art style is amazing and her OCs are just wonderful. I made a post of Nuri's version and she even featured my art in the video where she made the new Puzzle C challenge for Samdoesart'S to try out. I was literally so excited when I saw it because I assumed she didn't see my post of Nuri, because she didn't comment on the post, but that feature on the YouTube video literally made my entire day. Anyways, here's a little channel update. So I'll try to post a new YouTube video bi-weekly and release 3 YouTube videos each week. I really do hope that I'm able to stay consistent with this schedule because I'm looking forward to reaching 1K subs before next year, hopefully. So yeah, I'm just trying to be consistent with this channel. I struggled to find a font for her name, but I eventually settled for one and I think it looked okay. And here's how Nuri turned out. This challenge was a lot, but it was also really fun. I absolutely love Megan's design. Nuri's, I think I'd come to like it if I just make a better illustration of her later on in the future. Let me know what your favorite design is in the comments and if you'd like to see more of Megan and Nuri. Don't forget to comment with the emoji as well. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video. Have a blessed day and bye!